Hello, hello, and welcome to a weird, off, dumb video. First off, I'm gonna say something. I've been trying to fiddle with my sound settings to try and make the computer fan less noisy. I have a altered noise suppression going compared to what I normally have. Let me know if it sounds funky, if it sounds okay, you know, if the fan is less obvious. But we're doing something weird today. Boom. So I'm a big old fucking Fallout nerd, and I've constantly got a million stupid pointless projects I'm doing, and I figured it'd be funner if I did it. I found video games are funner when I stream them, so maybe this'll be funner when I'm streaming it too, even though I already find it very fun. Actually, hang on, let me... This is a very experimental thing. Let me try... I want to try and change something though. Filter, not filters, where is it? Let's try and make this look a little bit nicer. Let's see here, edit transform. Let me just crop the bottom a little bit. And let's crop the top a little bit. That way the only thing on screen is what we're actually doing. Alright, let me center that. There we go. Okay, now we've got the nice little purple banners, which I guess looks okay. So I want to do something weird. See, I'm constantly researching the Fallout universe because it's a series that makes me cream a little bit. To put it in the weirdest way I physically can. So what I want to do is... Alright, we're going to jump straight to the post-war era. Oh no, not that post-war era. The apocalypse era of the Fallout timeline. Where is it? Post-Great War. 2277. We got the Fallout timeline. Right? Now, we're definitely gonna have to go backwards from here at a certain point. But I don't want to start at the beginning, because that's gonna be... Oh shit, wait a second. I don't want my Discord notifications to be popping up on screen in case I don't want a friend who doesn't know I'm streaming to accidentally dox himself or something. Give me a second. Enable streamer mode. Yes. Alright, now we shouldn't be getting Discord pop-ups on the screen. Because this is the first time I'm doing a recording that's capturing my... Oops. My recording PC and not my gaming PC. Although the audio you're hearing is in fact coming from my gaming PC. Because that's where I'm playing the Fallout music. You know. How it be. I want to make a Fallout map that follows the Fallout timeline year by year. So we're going to go ahead and start with 2077, the day the bombs drop. I think. So let's see here. Yeah. United States Army commissions General Atomics International to manufacture the Mr. Gutsy. Really? Those only began production in the year of the apocalypse? God, immediately, first thing we read is something I didn't know about Fallout lore. I doubt their HQ is gonna be... Oh, you know what? Here we go. We're gonna use this to just mark... No, we're not gonna bother with that currently. Robert House puts himself in stasis. Because what I want to do is sort of map... Hang on, no, we're gonna go to the next day, because the bombs drop on this day. Fallout 4's prologue... Oh, look! Hang on, so the bombs actually drop at 1942 AM. Is where the first nuclear missiles strike. That's cool. If you don't... By the way, this is not going to be a thing explaining Fallout lore to you. If you don't have at least a cursory knowledge of the Fallout series, you're gonna be very fucking confused with a lot of what I'm reading, because this is like in-depth knowledge. Alright. So... Boylston Club adds memorial. Yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and skip to... there we go. The start of the first year of the apocalypse. Vault 87 begins... So let's go ahead and use this as the opportunity to go ahead and mark Vault 87 on our map. We know Vault 87 is in the Capital Wasteland. I believe it's under Little Lamplight, which is based on the Lamplight Caverns, right? So I should be able to find Lamplight Caverns on this map. Lamplight Cave? No. Hang on. Located northwest of Little Lamplight in the southwest broadcast tower. So where... There's Lamplight Cave. If I go down into... I've gotten very good at navigating the wiki. Interview, blah, blah. Loosely based on Lorry Caverns in Virginia. So we're gonna assume Little Lamplight is canonically in Lorry Caverns. Right? Does that sound like a good idea? There's Lorry Caverns. And that looks like it's about where the location is in the Fallout lore. So, we're going to go ahead and... Oh god, the thing is lagging out, huh? Put a marker there. Mark that has Lorry Caverns. And this is the year 2278 is what we're dealing with. So this is... These are map markers that we get from the year 2278. I want to also edit it. More icons. Isn't there a custom icon? If we go back to here, click this, copy image link, image URL, and boom, now we're using the actual in-game location marker to mark off Lorry Caverns on our little Fallout map we're making together. Yay! So there we go. That's where Lorry Caverns is. Although, real quick, do we have a funner thing about the location? First discovered in the late 19th century, Lamplight Caverns was converted to a tourist attraction during the 1920s. So, we're actually going to do this. Add a new layer. And we're going to call... Hang on, we're going to move this layer up one. If it'll... Come on, I'm trying to move... Game. I mean, not game. I'm supposed to be able to move layers. There we go. So this one's going to be 1920s. And Lorry Cavern is going to sit in the 1920s section. Meanwhile, we have Vault 87. Or actually, we're just going to call this pre-war. And anything from before the war is going to be put here, based off when it was established, you know? Alright, we now need to mark off Vault 87, so we know that it's just slightly northwest. Now, I don't think there's an actual radio tower that we're going to be able to locate slightly northwest, but you know what is there? Is an airport. And I think airports have radio towers, so we're going to say that airport in the Fallout universe is where the vault was constructed. Oh, also, sorry, I wanted to, with it. I kind of don't like that I don't like my web browsing history becoming immediately visible to you guys. Not that I have anything sketchy in there that I want to hide, but like, I don't know. For personal not wanting to dox elements of my life reasons. And I don't think I have a good way to hide that, so we're just never gonna click that bar. Alright, I was hoping to copy links to the wiki pages of things into the document, but whatever, fuck it. I don't know, because I don't need people knowing what websites I'm, like, doing my online shopping on. I don't need y'all knowing the weird sex toys I get. Alright, more icons. Go to this image again. Copy image link. Custom icon. URL. There we go. So that's Vault 87. Which is definitively, I'm gonna say, a pre-war location. Its experiments begin, winter. Coldest in the century, takes surviving toll on Charleston. Let's use that as an opportunity to mark Charleston as an officially mentioned in lore location. Charleston, West Virginia. None of those are the correct one. There we go, Charleston, West Virginia. Which is a location seen in Fallout 76. We are not going to need to copy the link there, though. And add to map. Edit. City marker. Charleston. At this point, no factions in the world exist, but we do know, you know, America has fallen. My plan is to start drawing, like, faction borders and stuff on this map as time goes forward. Rex completes Project Cobalt. Oh, Project Cobalt in Nuka World is finished. Cool, cool. 2-day windstorm takes place in Zion Canyon. Zion Canyon is similarly a pre-war location, so we're gonna put it in the pre-war section. We're not actually getting into things that officially happened post-war yet, not in my opinion. Zion Canyon is in Utah. There we go. Zion National Park. Is this the... Hang on, let me go into satellite view for a second. If anybody wants to make any small talk about the Fallout universe and its lore, I'd be open to doing that. Hang on. This is just an open forum of me being a Fallout nerd thing. Because I'm always seeing all of these, like, half-finished projects on subreddits and stuff, where people had, like, started to do a detailed map of the Fallout universe, but none of them are ever finished. And I don't like that, you know? Is this the Zion Canyon section? See, I'm trying to spot the exact part of Zion Canyon that we visit in Fallout. For now, we're gonna put the marker here. But if any of you know, can help me narrow down the exact placement of it, I would be 100% open to it. We need this marker. Copy image link. And we got Zion Canyon. Boom. Alright. Continuing along. Raiders kill a patrol of the 21st Infantry Platoon, alerting them of outside threats. What location is this from? This patrol didn't return for Bravo Squad. These are the journals of a power plant. Alright, let's go ahead and put this power plant. located in the Savage Divine region of Appalachia. Is Mongaha a location? Hold on. Or is that just a funny name that the Fallout series gave to a power plant? Mongaha, West Virginia. Alright, so their power plant is likely located, I don't know, somewhere within that region, right? Hold on, I'm probably pronouncing that weirdly. Where is it located in the game map? On the western half of the Savage Divide. Where are we sitting right now? If I scroll out, the Savage Divide is, of course, the mountain range that runs through the middle of West Virginia. And we're sort of on the western end of that. The hard part is the fact that the Fallout series distorts stuff very heavily. For now, I'm going to put the marker for the power plant just to the east of the town. There we go. Oop, hang on. And it uses a new unique image. Copy image link. Ba-da-bum. Custom. There we go. Boom. Big thanks to all the people who maintain the Fallout Wiki, obviously. So we now know the Raiders faction from the pre-war Fallout 76 is active at this point in time. The Raiders of Appalachia. Now, we don't know what gang this is necessarily, do we? Can I figure that out? Oh no, for now I'm just gonna mark under the blanket term of Raiders of Appalachia. If anybody can tell me what for particular, if you are a avid Fallout 76 fan, this is actually a post-war thing finally. Please. Let me know if you know which specific Raider faction we're dealing with around this location. And we're obviously going to color this red. Come on. So yeah, we know that these Raiders are at least active within this area. From that bit of timeline set up during this point in time. Glowing green snowfall in Zion Canyon. Little Lamplight is officially founded. Okay. So, Little Lamplight officially forms in the same location as Laurie Cavern. After the end of the war. Real quick, I do think that pre-war, it wouldn't be a city location. It would be that marker. Post-war, Little Lamplight is formed. And that's when it's a town. And it sits in literally the same exact spot as the other one. So, boom. Alright, close this. Ooh. The background radiation drops in Zion Canyon. And it's finally enough for Randall Clark to explore outside the USGS research station. Can I find a wiki entry on that? Because that's a location being mentioned right there. Duplicate tab. Come on, give me the search bar. The .wiki site runs a little poopy. Here we go. USGS research station. The background radiation. Year 2078. Okay, here's a wiki entry on holotape. Year 2078, enter Randall Clark's terminal in Fallen Rock Cave. Before the war, the cave was used by the United States Geographical Survey. Okay. So, is Fallen Rock Cave based on a real location? It doesn't seem like it. So where is it located, though, on the map? At the far eastern end, near the Dead Horse... Oh, man. See, this is where things get hard, is figuring out where the fuck Fallen Rock Cave is supposed to specifically be. For now, because I'm not entirely sure how to map Zion, and that's gonna be a whole fucking process in and of itself, we're just gonna do it like this. With your guys' help, my hope is that I'll be able to figure out... there we go. The exact location within this region that the Zion Honest Hearts DLC specifically takes place. Because that's going to be a really hard thing to work out. Fallen Rock Cave. Theodore Crew. Am I doing this in a weird way? I might be doing this in a weird way, but this is the way I want to do it. The ghoulified remnants of his family in the basement sets about to find other survivors, humans immune. I think I know this one. This is, I believe... Is this in West Virginia? I think this might be... Oh no, the Coop Family Manor in, Alright. Family in, I feel like I might be doing this in a weird roundabout way. Okay, let's take a step away from the way I'm doing it right now. I might jump around how I'm doing this at times, and instead let's just do Fallout 1 locations and get them on the map, right? Fallout games, classic games, Fallout 1. Locations. Here we go. So Fallout 1 is all gonna take place around here. Let's call this layer Fallout 1. For now. And we'll just go through this method. Starting with mapping with the position of the Boneyard. So the Boneyard isn't a really super well markable location, but what we can try to do is mark the locations like, yeah, Aditum, downtown Boneyard, etc. I think, so we know Aditum, Boneyard, downtown. Now that's not necessarily downtown LA, right? That's downtown Boneyard. I think Aditum, because this is something I know, might be our better odds of finding a specific location to put the settlement, the settlement in Boneyard. A settlement in the southern section of the Boneyard. Cause, yeah, that's the actual what the game officially defines as the Boneyard when you're there. Which you know what? Hang on, let's go ahead and try and draw a little bit of a line around that. The region of the Boneyard. So Boneyard, we know. Yeah, I'm looking at like geographical markings. It sort of runs to here a little bit. And down to where the land curves down a little, so like that's about where the bottom left corner should go. Ooh, I keep clicking the... Okay, hang on. So, as the game draws Boneyard, Boneyard is about this space of land. Now, this is a border I'm totally willing to bend and mold around later on. Let's see here. Adenum was found by inhabitants of the demonstration vault in 2091. Once surfaced, the radiation sensors sent all clear signal. Fairly sufficient, growing its own food, manufacturing ammo, blah, 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 blah. So, well fortified. It became dependent on deliveries from the hub when their hydroponic farms broke down. I believe what I'm looking for is a thing down here. The Builders of Adytum. The something religious organization based in the real world Los Angeles. Particularly one of their beliefs is the use of tarot, which mirrors Chuck's usage of tarot. So the Builders of Adytum have a temple in LA, and I choose to believe that this is the rough area that Adytum gets built. Now, if anybody has good evidence to counter that thought on me, and you're watching on YouTube, if you're in Twitch chat, tell me right now. If you're watching on YouTube, comment it down below, because I would love to be contradicted here, because I want to try and make this a very accurate map. But so I think Adytum would be there, and I'm not going to bother marking the other locations in the boneyard because they're all, I feel like, seemingly implied to be directly connected to Adytum, more or less. So they're not worth marking because you can correlate their position based off where Adytum sits in the boneyard. So that's the Adytum marked off, which, like, the boneyard is really... hang on. If I want to get pedantic about drawing actual borders of the boneyard, we know the boneyard gets its name specifically for the appearance of the destroyed structures of Los Angeles. So if we really wanted to assume, like, what the rough borders the Wastelanders would draw for the boneyard are, it would probably be something akin to what I'm doing right here. Because they'd probably be using the major cityscapes has a denotion of where the boneyard exists, you know? Real quick, actually, hang on, let me go back to Adytum for a second. Because there was actually... in 2092... Right. These survivors founded Adytum. 2092. So, let's create another category. Oops, didn't mean to click that. Add layer. $2092. Move that up. And we're gonna go ahead and move the boneyard, because I feel like this would be the earliest points we could start hearing the place referred to as a boneyard. Come on, there we go, and Adytum up to there, because Adytum was founded in 2092. So now, moving on to Lost Hills. Lost Hills is the codename of a security bunker located in the southeastern end of the Central Valley in New California, hidden beneath a lonely field station claimed by renegade soldiers Captain Roger Maxim in 2077. It's the headquarters of the Brotherhood of Steel, directly southeast of the Mariposa military base. So I feel like we can easily put the official marking as pre-war for the Lost Hills bunker. Now, I think Lost Hills bunker is probably close to Lost Hills, but is that stupid of me to think? It looks like it's really close to the mountain ranges here, which would put it further in this direction. Now, we really need to debate, would Lost Hills be located near Lost Hills or not? That's the hard part of would that be where it is, you know? Lost Hills is a real-life location of the same name. So is that saying it's in the location of Lost Hills? See, that's a really weird question. Is Lost Hills in Lost Hills? Brotherhood also had an invasion ending planned. Independently, the Brotherhood bunker could also be attacked. Other elements include a few non-player. Yeah. I think Occam's razor safest bet is to just put Lost Hills in Lost Hills as a pre-war location. And we're gonna label it as Lost Hills Bunker. And hang on. I guess we're gonna use the green circle symbol for now. Long term, I want to throw a different symbol on it. So there we go. Lost Hills Bunker marked off. Let's see here. So that's the Brotherhood. Now the Cathedral is a really fucking hard one to place, right? We know on the map it's located. Oh, you know what? The place I put Adytum even makes sense in terms of the in-game map, because it's shown as being in the very northern end of the Boneyard, which is exactly where I put it. Nice. But yeah, because this doesn't have a direct, specifically correlatable location in Fallout lore, really. Yeah, those lead to Wasteland. What is that? Follower reinforcements. Oh, cool. Raising among the sea of ruins, the cathedral, together with the destruction of the erosion of the shorelines, it would likely qualify as seaside property. Various children devote, blah, blah, blah. So is it built in a pre-existing cathedral? The building that would become the cathedral dates back to pre-war times, likely belonged to the Vault-Tec Corporation, and was used in conjunction with technology demonstration vault built below its foundations. So I think this is another location that I'm just going to have to throw down a ballpark marker for its location, which, like, if we look at the actual, like, in-game map, is sort of here-ish. So it's sort of here-ish. I think that's the best I can get with that one. If any of you think you can give me a better marker, I am very open to it. I actually want to give it a better marker than the one I gave it, if anyone has something. The glow is another thing that's hard to specifically mark, but if, like, I can do another region drawing. Also, hang on, let me look back at the cathedral. Can I get a hard date on when you... Ooh, excuse me, I got some heartburn from my dinner. The Children of the Cathedral. What year would they have formed? We're just branch of the Unity. Founded in 2156. There we go. Add layer. And this layer will be 2156. With that being when the children formed and the earliest date that their church could have been constructed as a result. But let's quickly go back for a moment. Their church is, of course, on top of the Los Angeles Vault. So in the exact same location, let's put down a marker. Pre-war for the Los Angeles Vault. Alright. And we'll put in the first year after this another faction drawing. Because by this point, at the very least, we had the Brotherhood of Steel forming. And the church formed in this year, so we'll put another square down here representing the Unity, controlling this region. Or it's not the Unity, it is the Children of the Cathedral. There we go. You know, controlling that rough area. So the glow, if we look at the map, is going to cover a region of space, basically kissing right up on the edge of, we're gonna put the glow as having existed immediately after the bombs dropped. Yeah, I'm playing the Fallout 1 soundtrack in the background. So the glow would have been in this rough area. Let's give it a nice green shade. Now, if we pay close attention, it doesn't really reach past the mountain range in the local area. So it feels like the glow is sort of in a real-life scenario going in a shape roughly like this. And we don't know exactly how far it's reaching. We know it at least goes as far as San Diego in Ryder Fallout lore, so that's roughly the glow. Alright. Then we get the hub. Oh yeah, hang on. In the middle of the glow, though, is the West Tech Research Facility, which is another difficult case of, you know, how do we officially mark that on our map? Because that's not a real-life location that we can realistically place on the map. I'm gonna go with my gut, right? If we actually look at it, it's in a very deserted area. We know it was supposed to be relatively well hidden, so it's going to be probably near main roads, but not in any kind of town, and it is very far south. And it looks like it is... If I had to put a rough location, I would say maybe here-ish. That seems as good a place as any to put the West Tech Research Facility, which is, of course, another pre-war locale. Do they not have a better symbol for me to use? Nah, not on hand. Now we get to the hub, which is going to be somewhere up here. And can we also get a founding year on the hub here? Was founded in 2093. A year after Aditum. Very, very good to know. I think at a certain point we're going to start running out of layers. When we do that, we'll start merging certain things to be, like, sharing a layers. But for now, we're going to keep things as separated as we can get away with. A man named Angus who set up camp around a filthy oasis in the desert and an old town, relatively untouched by the Great War. He proceeded to begin trading with other settlements. A man named Harold rose to prominence. Increase in mutant attacks in 2102. Consulting with scientist and doctor in the hub, Richard Gray. Two of them decide to join forces. Oh, okay. So, the hub would is existing. So we know in the long lore, form lore, that is it touches on the Long 15, I believe. The background music, but not actually possible to save the hub. So the hub appears in Fallout and is mentioned in Fallout New Vegas since the Lonesome Road DLC and the Fallout Bible. So hang on. Normally oversee company Hub California. Ooh. So I personally believe the hub is intended to be located in Barstow. My justification for that placement. Words. It's canonically along the Long 15, I believe. You might have to, like, you know, quote, fact check me on that one, but I believe it's supposed to be on the Long 15, and it's called Hub, because it's the hub of a wheel, and in the game it has 4 main roads running through it. Or into its center. Now this is 5, but you can't tell me that this doesn't look like the spokes of a wheel all leading into a hub, in a way. I think this is where the hub would be located. And if we want to back it up, that feels roughly close to where they put it on the in-game map. A little bit north and east of LA. Though the Fallout games do have a history of distorting geography, making things hard, which will become even more prominent as we get further in. Junktown is a hard one. It has no real-world location that it is tied to. Founded in 2161. Oh wait, no, that's not when it was founded. Shortly after the war by Killian Darkwater's grandfather. So, shortly after the war. That's really vague. We've been here for at least 100 years. So at least 2161 is when it was founded. Well, that's definitely not the case because the war was in 2278. So we're gonna go ahead and say it was founded like after the war. Now on the in-game map, Junktown is pretty much directly north of the hub at a mountain range. So if we go directly north of the hub and look at mountain ranges, this, again, we might have to bend geography a little because of the way Fallout series itself bends geography. The Acropolis is going to be a very big, like, punisher of that. I think this mountain range here has got to be... Hang on, let's switch to a mode where mountains are made much more visible. Has got to be this mountain range here, right? Which would put Junktown either here or here-ish. I'm gonna just sort of put it here, I think. If anybody thinks they can get a stronger placement, again, comments down below on YouTube, comments in chat on Twitch. But that feels like the best location I can put Junktown for now. Because it's a location with very little good explanation as to where it's placed. Next would be the Mariposa military base. Now, Mariposa is located here. This would be a pre-war location we're marking. But if you look at the game map, the military base is way, way, way further west, which makes things very hard. And to make it worse, I believe if we go down to the bottom of the wiki page here, Chris Taylor, Mariposa Military Base is based on Fort Ord, a defunct military base in the California region. Fort Ord is located here, which definitely much better lines up with where the game puts it on the map. So now we're faced with the difficulty of, is Mariposa Military Base in Mariposa, California, or is it located at Fort Ord, with these two locations being very far apart. Now, this is very hard to determine. In-game map shows it being close to the coastline, both in Fallout 1 and 2. Out-of-game context says it's located near Fort Ord. Fort Ord is close to the coast. Mariposa is way away from the coast in the mountain ranges. I'm gonna go with the Fort Ord positioning for where Mariposa Military Base would be located. Like, that's very debatable, I know. Oh wait, no, what am I doing? But it's very possible Mariposa was just given to it as a code name? I guess I'm not confident in making that statement, but it feels like the best thing I can say. The same argument I could use to misplace where Lost Hills it would be located if I want to move it closer to its geographical location on game map and away from its real life location. You know, but like, I know I'm playing fast and loose with my rules, sometimes following game map, sometimes following named location map. It's a hard thing to do, but you know, right here. Oh wait, but a small concrete building found by soldiers from Mariposa that employed it as a base, and slowly but steadily changed it into a true fortress. More information was in the original Vault 13 timeline. Oh, that's the lore from the original draft of the game. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think I might just have to put like, if you disagree, make your own map. Necropolis. Okay, Necropolis is very easy and very annoying to place. I'm not going to look for the exact line in the wiki, but Necropolis is based on, there it is, Bakersfield. Bakersfield. Pre-war, Bakersfield is here. So you would think this is another cut and dry one. Right? And I misspelled the Bakersfield, didn't I? Whatever. Bakersfield. Boom, boom. But there's a problem. If we look at the in-game map, why is Necropolis to the east if it's in Bakersfield, which is to the west of LA? Even if we assume we placed Junktown and Hub wrong and they're supposed to be somewhere over here, the LA positioning ruins everything. On map, it's much closer to the location of Baker than Bakersfield. Now, that gives the temptation of, oh, maybe it was supposed to be Baker and that was some sort of typo. But, like, in future games, I believe they use the wording of Bakersfield. And Bakersfield is spatially much more similar to what we're looking for. According to Vault-Tec location, Holodisk Vault 12 is located in Bakersfield. However, while Necropolis lies to the northeast of Los Angeles, the actual city of Bakersfield is not far to the southwest of Lost Hills Bunker. The location of Necropolis roughly marches the town of Barstow. Okay, so the wiki says that this is where Bakersfield, or Necropolis should go. this is all so fucking hard, but an important thing is there's no mention of Bakersfield being on the Long 15, but that also is because by the time of the Long 15's founding, Bakersfield was destroyed, or the necropolis. This all comes together to make a very hard to put together thing. We can argue for all sorts of positioning, anywhere from here to up here are all debatable positions. I'm gonna defy the in-game map and put it in Bakersfield, because I feel like that's the only position, that's the best position to put it. If you disagree, feel free to make your own map. Let's figure out when it was founded. It had been fitted with blah blah blah. On October 23rd, 2077, the people entered the vault. In the summer of 2083, the survivors would leave the shelter. Those that chose to stay found a necropolis. 2083. Here we go. So let's go ahead and do 2083. And in the 2083 positioning. Oh, come on. Let me move it up. There we go. We're going to put another thing. That is when we get in this location. Necropolis. Let's go ahead and give it city marker. Alright. Next is the Raiders. The con base. Again, this is something that is incredibly hard to place. There's no real good placement method for it at all, because it's just a random building in the wasteland south of Shady Sands / NCR, which is also a not well placed location. But I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna give an argument for Lone Pine, because Lone Pine sits roughly-ish where it would be in the in-game map, and eventually Lone Pine is an NCR settlement later in the series. And I like to think that after the cons get killed, the NCR move in and take control of this place. Do I have 2161? We don't have anything beyond that for dating, so we're gonna go ahead and mark 2161 as the date, because that's the earliest known time period of it. Which we're actually gonna go ahead and rename Fallout 1 to 2161. So, Khan's base exists 2161 there. It's not a perfect placement, but it's a placement. Shady Sands. Again, how the fuck do we place Shady Sands off of any kind of good put together lore? It's somewhere north of the Khan base. It's a location that has no real basis of anything. So I'm just gonna have to bullshit a position, and I like to think it's located here in the Manzanar Valley. There you go. What year was Shady Sands founded? In the 2240s, the small settlement grew and extended, forming one of the most... No, I'm looking for... by a great ancestor of Arajash belonging to one of the groups emerging from Vault 15. It was jump-started by using a Gek. Alright. New California around 2161, led by Aradesh. Do I have a hard date on when Vault 15 was forced open? let's quickly go to the Vault 15 page and see if that'll help us. As part of blah. As years went by, conditions vault, population control is not implemented properly by 2797, the vault was overcrowded. Ooh, damn. I literally can't scroll to the top of that entry, huh? Oh, there we go. Now it's popping down. Sound founding is not stopped should any released video games and supplementary sources give conflicting information. Fallout Bible places the founding in spring of 2142. However, this conflicts with Jarvis's statement about the foundation of a great ancestor of Aradesh. There's no mention of the people of Shady Sands coming out of the vault, which is inconsistent with the relatively recent founding date. Finally, the Vipers and Jackals cons emerge out of Vault 15 together. It is impossible for them to raid the hub in 2125, 16 years before their emergence. Meanwhile, the Vipers design document established that the Vipers left the vault in 2097, 64 years before that game's time, marching alongside the settlements that would establish Shady Sands. The date used here is based on the Viper's design document. It's also published in the Bible, which states the following: 64 years ago. Alright. Foss led a group of 200 people from the overcrowded vault into the waste. There was that, It's possible different groups left the vault at different times. So we're gonna go with this date of different groups left the vault at different times. We know that there was at least some raiders outside in the year of 2125 to stage raids, which that could have been the Vipers. Population control was not properly implemented, and by 2097 the vault was overcrowded with correspondingly bad living conditions conflicting immediate spring. In that spring, the situation exploded. So, I'm gonna say that... hang on. 20097... found in this... 21... We're gonna go with the 2097 date, I suppose. Please, the founding in spring of 2142. Well, no, if people left at different times, 20097 is when the Vipers left. Coming out of the vault, which is inconsistent relative recent founding date. And it's possible that there's a lot of lore in the Fallout series that points to people not being able to be very smart with understanding time. So we're gonna go with 2147 as when Shady Sands was founded. So in 2147, we get Shady Sands popping into existence. And we're gonna use that symbol for now. Alright. So right now we're getting a little bit of a map out of Fallout 1's timeline. Immediately after the bombs dropped, we got Junktown and the Brotherhood of Steel forming. Necropolis appearing in 2083. Adytum forming in 2092. The hub forms in 2093, just after Adytum, pretty much. And the cathedral comes to prominence in 2156. Shady Sands popping out in 2147. Alright, alright. Getting back to this. Alright, now Vault 12. Which is underneath Bakersfield, so we don't need to, I don't think we need to bother marking that one. It's part of Bakersfield. Vault 13 and 15 are the hard ones. Let's see here. Do we have a mention of where Vault 13 is? Overseers. Hang on. I think it would be anywhere. It would be near the bottom. Where are you from? There used to be an overseer many years ago. Kicks mines, I don't have. It looks like there's no strong confirmation on where it would be located, as far as I can tell. Sometime prior. Hold on. Maybe I can find something if I go into the necropolis. Down into the thing where they were talking about location. The Vault-Tec location holodisk. Located in Scenic Mountain region, northwest of Vault 12. This vault... Alright. Yeah, northwest of Vault 12. Offers endless supply of pure water to inhabitants. Rumors that the water table... Power completely... No real good mention other than the fact that it's in mountains. And as for Vault 15... No strong indication of where that one's located either. So a lot of these locations we're really having to wing it on the position. I'm gonna just go ahead with... Let's go to the pre-war category. Putting Vault 13 underneath... Let's go with, like... It's like somewhere in the King's Canyon region. And Vault 15 somewhere around the Grapevine Peak. That's the best I can get, I think. If we pop up the map, yeah, I think that's about the best positioning we can get on on all these locations. Is it perfect? Far from it. Is there more evidence to place them down better? Not as far as I can tell. If you think you have a good argument on how I can move around some of these locations, please let me know in the comments. Real quick, I'm gonna draw on here. We're gonna get the outline of Fallout 1's location. Well, or Fallout 1's map. Oh, shit. And I've always associated Fallout 1 as having an orange color, so we're going to give an orange outline. So that's about the field in which Fallout 1's story takes place. Now, we still do have some more little things we can tap down here. Scrap Heap. From the Fallout demo. I want to put that on my map. So... It mentions locations such as Junktown and Necropolis, somewhere in New California. So, if it's near both Junktown and Necropolis and Vault 13, which is the best we can get in placement, I'm gonna say Scrap Heap is like... here. Do this, and let's see here. 2161. It exists. We don't know how old it's been, we don't know when it was formed, This is the earliest possible understanding of it because of the wiki, but we know it existed before this point, we just can't define much beyond that. So there's Scrap Heap from the demo, put on the map. Now looking at the cut locations, we got the burrows, jackals, and vipers. So let's start with the vipers, because I know they're the most fleshed out of the cut raider gangs. Group of 200 people left overcrowded vault to brave the hard. Oh, is that the actual canon date we get eventually? I don't know. We're gonna do a 2097 entry now, I think, but I don't know if I'm gonna put the hub on. I mean, don't know if I'm gonna move Shady Sands down to there. So 2097. That would put it up here. That would put me at 100 years old when the Vipers left their vault. Brave the horrors of the wasteland, moved to the desert, and eventually locating a small oasis that emerged around a large crater-like pit. Now, let's go into some of the cut stuff from Fallout 1. Do we know where they would have been on the map? Chris Avellone claimed the remaining Vipers fled to the mountains, never to be heard from again. They were mentioned in Fallout by Ian Aradash and Killian Darkwater. Ian Aradash and Killian Darkwater. That would put them somewhere between Shady Sands and Junktown, I think. And it would be at a big crater-like lake. Let's switch to satellite view. I think this might be the... Oops, sorry. A good location for it. Hang on. Mentioned by Killian Darkwater. Let's see here. There are 3 groups. Cons, Vipers, and Jackals. They pretty much hate each other, but they raid Shady Sands. There are 2 bands of raiders that we know of. They call themselves the Vipers and the Cons. Very careful with such raiders frantically. Alright. No one knows of their base. Vipers are a crazy bunch from up north. Killian says they're from north. North of Shady Sands, of Junktown, raids Shady Sands, located near a weird-ass crater. Now, I don't know if we're gonna necessarily find the crater we need to be able to put them in. I think it's... Oh, you know what? Owens Lake? Maybe Owens Lake is the locale. That would make sense in correlation to everyone else. In fact, with all of this, I'm tempted to move Vault 15. It's pretty much directly north of the glow. Maybe leave Vault 15 around where I had it. And just say the people traveled pretty far on foot for reasons. This needs to go into 2097 as a category. God damn it. Let me move the thing. God, sometimes. Dude. I'm clicking and dragging. Move the thing I'm trying to... Oh, now you're moving things. And now you're not again. There we go, there we go. 2097. Vipers. And for now we're gonna use this symbol. That's where I like to believe this Vipers were settled at this point in time. Ooh. Hang on. Copy image link. We're gonna use that symbol for them. Yeah. Vipers. It's a little less than visible in our current view, but if I switch back over to this... There we go, nice and visible. Hang on, if I go to Raiders, meaning the cons, can I get a nice looking symbol out of here somewhere? I don't think I'll be able to. Yeah, nah. I don't want to use that thing, it's too colorful. The Jackals, I think we're gonna have a way harder time placing. At least if I'm just placing them independently. Winter Storm, Trapped in Tribe. During the spring of 2141, the Jackals were commonly considered insane, with everything subjected to one rule: survival. 3 gangs became roving gang of raiders: the Jackals, the Vipers. After that, their creation, they began to raid Shady Sands. They fled New California in 2125. Fallout Bible timeline. Raiders in general. We get, yeah, these guys have the least info, but I think if we double back and look at the burrows for a second, we might be able to put 2 and 2 together and find a location for the burrows, and find a location for the Jackals via the burrows. Because they were specifically in conflict with each other. They had taken with them many devices and texts. From these, they were able to learn English. The escape research facility headed northwest until 2101. They discovered a small oasis. So northwest of the glow. And, hang on, sorry, what year again? 2101? Move this up. So, I know they escaped pre-war. Oh, hang on. This should be way higher up than where it is. 2278. Hang on. I know what I did wrong. That's supposed to be 2078, not 2278. There we go. So they would have spent a good 100 years traveling, that means. Ooh! Big Bear Lake seems like the perfect place for them. Oh my god, it's doing the thing again. What? Why would you want to move things? There we go, now it's letting me move it. God, that was infuriating. So there we go. I think that's where I'm gonna put my version of the burrows. And their interaction with the Jackals was in one quest where... let's see here. I believe it is... the woodcutter's wife? No. To catch a wisp. Maybe it was the woodcutter's life. Rose was also covered. Oh, come on. You're not going to give me the actual design document about it, because I know these guys have a whole bunch of design document stuff. Oh, there we go. In 2106, one of these parties... Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. fucking drop menus popping out of nowhere. We're curious about the outside world and began small parties to explore the area. In 2106, these parties met a group of people, the raiders of the Jackals tribe. When the humans spotted, they opened fire, killing and wounding many. Now, which factions talk about getting raided by the Jackals in Fallout 1 is the thing. They are mentioned by Ian. They steal food, occasionally shoot people. Seth organized the guards to get them to fight them off. Their group, like the Khans. So they fought away from Shady Sands, but they do also still raid Shady Sands. Now, I could, in theory, move the burrows further up north. I do think there's a burrow quest that was going to include... Hang on. What's it? What god? They're going to have a circus guy. What is it called? I don't think I'm gonna find what I'm looking for. Ugh. I believe there's a piece of lore where one of them was captured and used in a circus by a guy in the hub. So putting them somewhere near the hub could work as well. They're also supposed to be involved in the quest of looking for the glow. So... yeah, there is a quest cut from the final version. Come on, you're not gonna give me the full details on this? I know there's way more info that exists in design documents, and they're just not putting it on the wiki, the bitches. I think I'm gonna leave the burrows there, and we're gonna put the Jackals, like, here, I guess. If any of you think you have better placement for these things, I would love to hear it. And I'm going to go ahead and put the Jackals founding at the same time as the founding of... where is it? Shady Sands. Although, hang on. Let's go back to the burrows thing. 2106 is when they were attacked by the Jackals. So the Jackals would have had to existed even earlier. No, wait, no. 2106. Let's put the Jackals back to the same date that the Vipers are founded. Come on. There we go. And I just assume Shady, like, we had a bunch of raider groups leave in 20097, and Shady Sands left the vault later on, maybe. There's a lot of conflicting dates going on here. I'm trying to make this sort of a mix of timeline and map, you know, or know what I mean? If I missed anything, let me know. I think next time we sit down to do this, we're gonna look at this, the list of of named locations from Fallout 1. Because I think I'm gonna break from this now, because we've been doing this for about an hour. Jesus Christ. So this is gonna be a long video on YouTube. But you know, this is me starting to map America and the Fallout world. I think I want to at some point go into pre-war and draw the the borders of the Commonwealths up. I want to expand and slowly add in more of the known locations in the Fallout series. You know, I want to make a really good, really detailed Fallout map. If there's a next time, we'll sit down. We'll do some of the named some of the just named locations from Fallout 1. Maybe even try and put a few other things on the map. I don't know. We're going to ignore anything out of the country, like Spain, Soviet consulate. I might mark Penticton, actually. Anything out of, like, the North American continent, I don't know if we're even going to bother marking. Maybe we will, who knows. But I think for now, that's our map of Fallout that we've put together. And there's our timeline on the side. If any of you think you have very good arguments of why I should move the timeline position or the map position of something, comment it down below. In the end card of this, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna mark. One thing I'll definitely mark for sure is when the end cards come up, one of them is gonna be the original Fallout game. My playthrough of that. Air quotes playthrough. At some point I want to get this so fucking in-depth that I'll even start including locations from cut Fallout games, like, Fallout Extreme, Fallout Van Buren, and the non-canon games like Tactics and Brotherhood of Steel. But I think that's it for this for now, if you're watching it on YouTube. And I will see you later. Ta-ta!